Postpartum depression is depression suffered by a mother following childbirth, typically arising from the combination of hormonal changes, psychological adjustments to motherhood, and fatigue. In this video, we will be discussing postpartum depression, as well as the surveys that are given to screen for this condition at the doctor after you have a baby. If you or anyone you know are experiencing symptoms associated with postpartum depression, you can call the Postpartum Support International Helpline at 1-800-944-4773. I hope you enjoy the video. So there is a post going viral on Facebook right now where a young mother said, "Honestly, I lied on my postpartum survey every doctor's visit. I was scared that they would take my baby from me." So I decided to share that post over on TikTok. And by the way, if you're not following me on TikTok, like, what are you doing? I share a lot of information about resources for low-income families, and we also engage in really good conversation. So if you are on TikTok, go ahead and give me a follow. But I shared it over there, and the comments were heartbreaking. I am a social worker, but I'm also a mom. I just wasn't aware that so many women lied on those surveys. I just wasn't aware. I have always been the type of person that if help is available, I'm gonna take it. Like, I've always been very receptive to resources, like whatever resources you can give me, whether you're the doctor, the social worker, the caseworker, whoever come to me with resources, I'm gonna take it, especially with me having kids in my 20s and I was pretty much doing it on my own. I would find all resources and I would use them. I did not know it was so many women who, when they were offered resources, they chose not to take them, or they were so afraid and distrusting of any professional that they just lied and said that they did not need the resources when they actually did. So somebody in the comments said, "Same, I was fearful that they was gonna take my babies from me, so I always pretended to be happy." And that was the sentiment of most of the comments in that comment section, and it really honestly is heartbreaking, because to think that a woman, many women, after having a baby and experiencing postpartum symptoms would lie on the survey because they don't trust their doctor and they don't trust the social workers, that shit is heartbreaking, because postpartum depression and postpartum psychosis ain't no joke. Like, it's really nothing to play with. It's shocking to think that so many women would need these services and turn them down because they just don't trust the person or people providing the resources to them. Someone else said, "My goodness, I feel seen and heard. I fear if I tell the truth, they will come knocking on my door to get my kids." The general consensus in these comments is, yes, I needed the help, but I didn't trust y'all. I didn't trust the doctors or the social workers, so I lied about needing the help. And not only did I lie, I was actually fighting for my life. And I understand the dynamic, why a lot of women don't trust the system. From the comments on my post, and I also shared that post in a few Facebook groups, I wanna say 98 to 99% of women say that they lie. It's just sad to think that there are so many women out here who feel like that they need to fight those battles alone in silence. When I was young, I had my kids very young. I had my first baby when I was 16 years old. And by the time I was 27, I had 3 kids. So I was raising 3 kids pretty much by myself throughout my 20s. And that shit ain't no joke. Like, postpartum depression is no joke. I don't know why. I've just always been the type of person that seek out resources because I need it all. I need free clothes. I need where you can get food at. Like, I need mental health services. I guess it makes sense with me being in the profession that I'm in, that I've always had an interest in mental health and mental health services. A lot of people don't believe in mental illnesses. A lot of people don't. A lot of people family don't. In the comment section of that TikTok video, so many women were like, "Oh, my mom told me not to speak up because they'll take my baby." Or "My baby daddy told me not to speak up because then they'll try to take our kid," which is not even true. Social workers do so much more than just take kids. Like, the majority of things that we do is offer resources. That's what we do. And you reporting on a survey that you are experiencing postpartum depression symptoms is not a valid reason for the state to come and take away your kid. One woman said that she waited to ask for help and she lied on the surveys when she was given the survey at the doctor. Her mental health then deteriorated so bad that she tried to unalive herself. Like, I just felt so bad for her because obviously she did not feel safe enough to tell the doctors, and then it got worse. You know what I'm saying? So she said that eventually she went and got help, but she wished she would have gotten help in the beginning. Another woman in the comments said that she lied on the surveys, and then she knew she needed help when she was bathing her kids and she heard a voice that told her to unalive them. It just breaks my heart because sometimes it's too late. There's plenty of people in the news where somebody will have a baby, a woman will have a baby or a few kids, and she will be so overwhelmed that she does something drastic. That can be prevented if we just, you know, get the resources that's available. And I understand why people don't fuck with the system. I understand why people are cautious of doctors and all that. I just wish that it was different. I wish that more women felt like they had a safe space. Like, that's why I wanted to be in the social work industry. I want to be a safe space for especially young moms, but like women in general, just to know that I'm a safe space and that I can provide you with resources, because there's not a lot of people that look like us. It's not a lot of people that you may feel comfortable with when it comes to the system, meaning like professionals. The conversation that we were having on TikTok, I was telling the women in the comments, like, if you don't trust your doctor, you need to get a new doctor. Like, there's no way that you should have a doctor and you're experiencing postpartum depression symptoms and you're just too afraid to tell your doctor because you don't trust him. If you don't trust him with your mental health, you should not trust him with your physical health. You should not be seeing any doctor or any professional that you don't trust. It's okay to change your doctor. Like, because of the disconnect or the distrust when it comes to healthcare professionals and the general public, they should just scrap the surveys altogether. Just give out a folder of resources to everybody who have a baby. I feel like that's something that will work out best, as opposed to giving someone a survey and expecting for them to tell the truth, because you never know who might be in the room. Like, they could be lying because of their husband, they could be lying because of their boyfriend, they could be lying because they don't feel safe. So I feel like that would be a much better practice, and I feel like that's something that should be implemented immediately. Ideally, I would like for all of us to have professionals that we trust, that we can tell anything to, so that if we're experiencing physical health problems or mental health problems, we can tell our medical professionals or whatever professionals that are in our lives, so that we can get the help that we need. Like, that is the end goal, to be able to get the help that you need, especially if you are experiencing postpartum symptoms. So if you know someone who may be struggling with postpartum depression, I have left a link in the description below to some resources that could possibly help. So if you have ever been given those postpartum surveys, did you lie on those? Did you tell the truth? Did you feel safe with your doctor to tell them what you were really experiencing? Do you think that the survey should be scrapped altogether and resources should just be issued to everyone who has a baby? And if you did choose not to tell the truth on the surveys, let me know in the comment section why you chose not to be honest. Let's get the discussion started. Talk about it down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Fly me out to Paris.